How to build a DIY sand point well. Are you curious about how to create your own water source right at home? Building a sand point well can be a practical solution for those looking to live off the grid or enhance their self-sufficiency. Let's break down the steps to get you started on this rewarding project. First, you need to choose a location for your well. Look for a spot that is away from potential contamination sources like septic tanks and agricultural runoff. This is vital for ensuring the water you collect is safe to use. Once you have your site, it is a good idea to test the water quality after completing the well. Next, gather your materials. You will need steel pipe sections, typically 1 1/4 inch or 2 inches in diameter. These should be threaded and connected with couplings. You will also need a sand point well screen with a hardened steel tip, which is about 2 to 3 feet long. This screen will filter out sand while allowing water to flow. Don't forget a drive cap to protect the pipe threads during installation, along with pipe compound or thread sealant for secure connections. For tools, a post driver or a sledgehammer will help you drive the pipe into the ground. If you have a tripod with a heavy weight, that can also assist in driving the pipe. Now let's get to the fun part, driving the sand point into the ground. Start by attaching the sand point screen to the bottom of the first pipe section. Then, thread the drive cap onto the top. If the sole is hard, dig or auger a shallow hole to help you start the pipe vertically. Use the post driver or hammer to drive the pipe and sand point down into the ground. You will need to strike the pipe cap repeatedly to push it down. As you go deeper, add more pipe sections by removing the cap, threading on another length of pipe, sealing the threads, and continuing to drive downward. Your goal is to reach the water table. You can measure this by lowering a weighted string into the pipe until you hear a splash, which indicates you have reached water. Typically, the water table is within 20 feet, but this can vary based on your location. Sand point wells work best in sandy or gravelly soils where the water is shallow. Once you reach the desired depth, it is time to flush the well. You can do this by pumping water up through the pipe or using a smaller diameter pipe inside the casing to push out sand and debris. This step clears the intake screen and ensures you have clean water flow. Finally, you will need to install a pump. You can attach a hand pump or a small electric pump to the top of the pipe to draw water. The size of the pump will depend on the static water level and the depth of your well. Building a sand point well is a low-cost project that requires minimal equipment, making it ideal for emergency situations or off-grid living. However, keep in mind that these wells are shallow and can be vulnerable to contamination, so site selection and water testing are very important. Regular maintenance is also necessary to check the pump and ensure the wellhead is sealed to prevent any surface contamination. By following these steps, you can create a functional sand point well that provides a reliable water source, supporting your journey towards self-sufficiency and off-grid living.